Hey guys, Prowl1701 here. Today we have a Patreon request. One of my top tier patrons, Finn, wanted me to check out the kind of Doctor Who spoof parody video series that was done about 12 years ago. I had never heard of it. I wasn't familiar with it. Excuse me. And he had asked me several months back, and I kept getting sidetracked and forgetting about it. And it finally clicked in my head, and I sat down and watched it. It's called The Inspector Chronicles. Or it's also called, like, I think that's its unofficial name, like Untitled Web Series, da-da-da-da-da. It was really funny. It's very much, you know, kind of like Curse of Fatal Deaths spoof of Doctor Who. Very tongue-in-cheek, very humorous parody. Really well shot. Very good production values. It looks really good for something that had to have been done on that lower budget, especially considering it was made like 12 years ago. To look that good. It's very impressive. I also got to give my hats off to the actors because they play it in this kind of camp, over the top, but they still do it in this without completely going into farce. It's like they're playing it serious, but a camp, over the top, serious, not completely serious. It's really hard to explain what I mean, but it's like they know the assignment. They know the assignment. They know it's a spoof. They know it's a parody, but it never feels completely like a farce or like panto. But still, you know they're purposely exaggerating the lines, exaggerating the movements, the body language. And they get that perfectly. I was very impressed with, it's mostly three people. But you have a couple other side characters. Mostly the three main parts playing Boyish, the Inspector, and Piper. And they're fantastic in this. My hat's off to them. I really loved their performance. It's what sold me on this. Now, luckily, I'll try to remember to link down a link to the YouTube page. Luckily, he does have a playlist that has all of them in it. It's basically a 6-part story, and they typically last, each part's only about 3 or 4 minutes. And again, they're done in this very humorous way, like the beginning of the very first episode has a sign up that says no spoilers. Instead of like no parking, it's no spoilers. The intro is really good. The credits are funny because it's kind of spoofing, riffing on the 1966 Batman series. You know, well, our heroes do this. Tune in next time. Same space channel, same space time. And I, as someone who grew up watching the old Adam West Batman series, I was very amused by that. The cliffhangers are really well done. I love the conversation that's in part 2. The conversation that basically is part 2 with the Inspector and Piper arguing over flee. You flee, but why don't I just go? No, you flee. Would it be fled, flown? That whole little bit was tickling me pink the whole time. It was absolutely hilarious. And of course, the fact the character's name, his assistant's name, is Piper Tate, obviously after Billy Piper and Catherine Tate, is wonderful. And I love the fact that when they meet Boyish, who's obviously supposed to be like the master, he's called Boyish because he looks like he's like 15. And the fact he brings it up, like, I don't know if I remember you. The Inspector's such a common name. Like Doctor, for example. No, but maybe if it was the Doctor, that's kind of funny. And then some of the logic of the scenes is funny. The fact one of the parts ends on a cliffhanger where he's actually calling. You think it would end on the cliff, and then it cuts out. I was very amused by it. Very amused by it. And then they also did a later video after season 1 that's basically season 2, which is kind of a movie that picks up right after the end of season 1, where they're still escaping, and the ending of it's really good. It was enjoyable. I still kind of wish they had resolved it because I still don't know if they ever managed to save the assistant or not because she got injured. But it's kind of funny because at the end of at the end of that one, which I believe was the last one, it's like, I'm trying to remember what they called it. They had a subtitle for it. It's basically like proof of concept for a movie or something like that. It was tickled pink. It also had the no spoilers sign at the beginning. At the end, they're transported somewhere else, and they actually meet the Doctor. And it's actually an actor who has played the Doctor. And it's interesting that they got him. And I'm not going to say which one in case you haven't seen it, but it's very, very clever what they did there. I remember being very amused with what they did there. But you'll have to watch it yourself if you want to know which actor it was. But it was very enjoyable. I found it a pleasant experience, especially since, again, they're not that long. And then at the end credits, there's even like, after the end credits, it has a little bit where you can see some of the behind the scenes. They even have some of the behind the scenes up as separate videos. I haven't watched all of those, but I saw the ones at the end of the credits. And it was very amusing, especially since it only took less than half an hour to watch all of it. So it's something that was fun, funny. Seems like it was made with a lot of caring in it by people who very much enjoy Doctor Who. And again, it looks pretty impressive to be just a little fan project, especially to be that long ago that it was made. It looks really good. Good editing, nice effects, good acting. I was impressed. So I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. I like it a lot. I recommend it. Again, kind of reminds me of Curse of Fatal Death. Just a humorous little side thing that's Doctor Who related. So the Inspection Chronicles. The Inspector Chronicles. There we go. The Inspector Chronicles. Very enjoyable. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Comment down below and let me know. I want to give a shout out to Finn. I appreciate him recommending this to me because I had a really good time with it. If you would like to become one of my patrons, because certain tier levels of my Patreon do offer monthly request, check out my link down there to that. I also have a link to the Amazon wish list and a link to the Amazon UK wish list. The P.O. box is down there as well. If there's anything you'd like to send me, look at and review, love getting fan mail. Christmas is coming up. Love getting Christmas stuff. Anyone wants to send Series 2 of Blake 7? I also want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Colin Coney, Unknown 289, Androzani Major, and Finn Perkins. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly, thank you for watching.